In a bid to put an end to electricity blackouts in Ondo South, the Executive Director, Project Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Mr.Charles Ogunmola, has led a delegation to inspect 132 kV transmission line and 132/33 kV substation, which is being constructed by the Commission in Okitipupa local government area of Ondo State. The project is expected to cover about 5 local government areas. The inspection, which is purposely to assess the project's completion by the contractor, was carried out earlier today, Tuesday, 11th of April 2023. The delegation, which was led by the NDDC Executive Director Project, Mr. Charles Ogunmola, also has NDDC Board Member representing Ondo State, Honorable Barrister Olugbenga Edema, Engineer Onwo Nelson, Director PMS Port Harcourt, Engineer Uno, Director UIDW Port Harcourt, the NDDC Director Ondo State Office Barrister Salami Olaniyi Okoje, amongst others. The delegation's first port of call was the Omotosho Electric Energy Company Limited in Omotosho, Okitipupa local government area, where Engineer A.R. Olorunshola and Engineer Obwele directed the delegation to step down lines and assured that the connection of Okitipupa substation to Omotosho power step down will take just only 1 day. After a brief visitation to Omotosho Power Station, the delegation moved to the Okitipupa Power Substation, where the consultant to Steady Engineering Limited in charge of the project, Engineer Olaniyi Oladele, directed the delegation and ensured that the project is in 99.9% completion and that the project will be delivered in the next 2 weeks if the Commission, NDDC, is ready for commissioning. The contractor, Sir Benson Obayelu, reiterated that the project will be delivered in the next 2 weeks if NDDC pays his company accordingly. In his reaction, the Executive Director, Project NDDC, Mr. Charles Ogunmola, said the power supply project must be commissioned before the end of the second quarter of 2023. He stressed that NDDC is ready to restore light to the Niger Delta coastline of Ondo State and also wants the project commissioned as soon as possible.
Which is to take the light, step it down into the communities to which it was meant for. So, as my analogy, we have dug the borehole. Now we need to partner to buy the buckets for our distribution. And that's exactly what we plan to do. We don't leave any project undone. This quarter, this project will light up and it will be subject to the last mile connection of the different communities around. The community here, we will do that as well. But in partnership, we can't do everything. Thank you.
The Governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN, represented by Commissioner for Energy and Mineral Resources, Honorable Razak Obe, said Akeredolu is committed to the welfareism of the Ondo South people, assuring that Ondo South will say bye-bye to darkness soon.
I deeply appreciate the contractor, who also happens to be one of the patriarchs of this land, for his sacrifice, commitment to completing this project. We've been speaking every now and then for more than 1 year since I came on board. I'm here today representing Mr. Governor, and what the state government has done this year is unprecedented. The quantum of budget allotted to address Ondo South power issue is a number never seen before on electricity in Ondo State. This effort is against the backdrop of Mr. Governor's determination to end over a decade of darkness in this strategic geographical location called Ondo South. Other things being equal, we are ready. As I mentioned, we have to deploy some of our folks to provide some support reaching the last mile and other areas. What we have always awaited is the completion of the project to enable us identify areas to swing into quickly. The government has its own internal resources, technical expertise, and the resources in terms of finance to come in and address those areas. The two feeders going out right now, we do hope, we only begin the journey, and we are forwarders. I can say for free that the state government will be taking up some of those challenges. And as they mentioned, the project, as you can see, 145 towers from Omotosho, stringing completed. I think that is the bigger part of this challenge.
The delegation also visited NDDC office in Igbokoda, Ilaje local government area of Ondo State to see the challenges facing the office. The NDDC director, Ondo State Office, Barrister Salami Olaniyi Okoje, thanked the NDDC Executive Director, Project, Mr.Charles Ogunmola, NDDC Board Member representing Ondo State, Barrister Olugbenga Edema, Engineer Onwo Nelson, Director, PMS, Port Harcourt, Engineer Uno, Director, UIDW, Port Harcourt, all the NDDC officials and stakeholders, hoping that the project will be delivered by the contractor and consequently commissioned by the federal government soon. This report is gathered by Coastal Renaissance News.